G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the north side of the map, we've got Vortex, who is playing as the Holy Roman Empire. For anybody unfamiliar with Vortex, he hails from Spain. He recently participated at N4C, did pretty well at N4C, and is looking to emulate that success here in the Golden League, because that's exactly where we are. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are unfamiliar with the Golden League, let me introduce you. $125,000, about 2 months of non-stop entertainment. I think it works out to be like 10 weeks, 11 weeks or something like that. It is absolutely crazy. And it is going to be non-stop every single weekend at the same time. So 15 GMT, that's when you're going to tune in. If you want to check out the live stream, there's going to be games happening all the time. It's only going to be the best players in the world. And they are going to be playing their best, playing their hearts out. But over on the other side of the map, playing the Abbasid Dynasty in the color red, we have Kaio. Kaio going to be, if I remember correctly, he's from Japan. At least that's what I'm committing to. I'm committing to it. He's from Japan. So I think his full name's actually Tokyo. And he goes by Tok. He goes by Kaio. Yeah, Tokyo is another name that he goes by. So I'm going to assume that he's from Japan at least. Going to be playing the Abbasid Dynasty here. So this is part of EGC TV's Golden League. This is day one right here. This is the third round in the winners bracket. So both of these players up until this point have won all of the games that they have played, or at least all the series that they have played up against their enemies. Now keep in mind, this is going to be a best of 3 series. So even if we see Vortex or Kaio win this first game, it means that there's still potentially going to be another 2 games in this series to come. So make sure you tune in for those. Now, when this gets uploaded over onto YouTube, you guys are going to be seeing it. It'll be coming through at, I think it works out to be at 11 GMT. Actually, no, it should be 1 GMT. But by the time it is 3 GMT, you guys will... You guys will be having to see this one for about 2 hours, I think. So, yeah, make sure you go check out EGC TV. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in watching that. But now we see Vortex, who's playing the Holy Roman Empire on Arabia here, and dropping down his Archon Chapel. Got the gold mine, got the mining camp with the berries nearby. Also going to pick up the town center and his main... his lumber. Notice that the lumber is a little bit further away than the normal one, so if he wanted to come up here with the Archon Chapel, you can see there's quite literally nothing. He would need to put the Archon Chapel over on the other side to pick up these berries. So very... You know, it's not a smart move to be going here. He obviously put down the lumber camp, cancelled it, said, I'm going to come out here. So we'll see how Kaio looks to play up against that. We take a look from Kaio's perspective. Still yet to scout out his enemy. Does find 2 sheep, which probably belong over to Vortex. So Vortex not going to be happy with that one. Kaio stealing out those sheep. But Kaio now going to be looking to scout out Vortex and undoubtedly look to punish him, but we'll see exactly what Kaio's up to. Kaio just going to be running the standard build order that you see pretty much in every single Abbasid Dynasty game now. So going for a very fast wheelbarrow. So it should be in before 3:30. We'll see how he does on his macro. You can see it's still not coming through yet. Does do a force drop-off. Now researching, coming in exactly at 3:30. Going to be saving up enough gold as well, or at least mining enough gold to get his fresh foodstuffs upgrade. But I'm curious to see how he plays this, because obviously playing up against the Holy Roman Empire, this is a civilization that really relies on relics, at least at the moment. And we take a look at the map spawn and the way that it is spawned, and what a beautiful spawn for Vortex. I tell you what, I don't think you could have asked for a better spawn than this. One incredibly safe relic behind the base of Vortex, one very close relic, barely a screen away from his base. You can see the villagers just there. And then a second, or rather a third relic, which is also a screen away from him. Compare that down to his opponent, Kaio, who's got 1 relic behind the base. And then, I mean, the next closest relic is this one out over here. But even that's probably closer to Vortex's base. So Vortex is going to be very happy with this. So we'll tune in with Vortex, we'll ride along with him, we'll see exactly what he's up to. Quite heavy on gold here, yet to place down a mill, so not going to be seeing any professional scouts, at least not at this stage. Hasn't dropped down any barracks, hasn't dropped down any stables, but is going to be scouting out his enemy at the moment. We'll probably suspect that we're going to be seeing a fast castle, but does spot the stable, so he knows that there is going to be early aggression coming out. It's always the question when you're playing up against an Abbasid player, is it going to be the stable? Is it going to be an archery range? Is it just going to be a very simple 2-town center or even 3-town center opening, which we are seeing is becoming quite common with the Abbasid dynasty. So that is always a possibility. But now Vortic's going to continue scouting around. He's seen pretty much everything he wants to at this point. We'll tune in with Kaio and see how he is doing. So fresh food stuff's on the way. He's sitting on 103 gold. That is an awful lot of gold. I've got no idea what he's planning to do with that. Maybe potentially looking to get upgrades on his spearman, but even then, it's already a lot of gold. Scout going to be rounding the block and actually spots out 2 villagers on stone. This to me indicates it might be actually a tower rush that we could be seeing here coming out from Kaio. So we'll switch over to his position. You can see that he's got the scout out in the enemy base. Doesn't spot out any infrastructure yet. There is a barracks that has gone down at the back here by human. Now we do indeed see that villager coming out at the same time. Horseman going to be coming out. Villager going to get picked up by a wolf as it crosses the map, but we do indeed see that outpost coming down. It is going to be in line of sight, or at least appears to be in line of sight of Vortex, but now also moving forward with the spearman. Now I'm curious if we've got an archery range up. We don't actually have an archery range up at this point in time, so Spear going to be able to chase back the villager. He's going to be very happy with that pickup. Nice cheeky little pickup. Scout going to be running to clean up the villager here as well, but Spear going to be able to come in, do some damage. Probably wants to be focusing down that horseman rather than the scout, but villager going to be really trying to skate out of there as the second horseman comes in here. Ideally wants to prevent any kind of early outpost from coming up, and we see him managing to move back towards that gold mine, still working towards that castle age as well. So drops down the barracks, gets out a spearman at this stage, just going for the one. Now hardened spearman going to be coming through as well, so doing a little bit more damage out here. He's upgraded his hood. You can see he looks like he's actually wearing a mullet right there. For anybody unfamiliar with the mullet, ladies and gentlemen, you got some Googling to do. Search Australian best mullet 2022. You're going to see some good stuff. Mainly reserved for footballers and people of questionable social status. So apologies to all my mullet fans out there. But now, once again, we see some pretty nice micro coming out from Kaio. He's done a great job in the early game to outnumber his enemy. Golden tier activated, and villager almost going to go down. It's on 4 health. You can see the scout going to be running over and looking for a connection. Outpost going to be going down in this stealth forest, and still that spearman standing steadfast manages to force back those units, and it looks like the villager is going to be going down. At the same time, we do see that a horseman is going to be engaging over with a spearman, and it doesn't look like a good fight, at least a fight he's not going to win. Kaio definitely looking in a difficult position. He's lost a lot of ground in the early stages of the game here. His enemy has made basically no mistake coming out from Vortex at this point. Kaio, on the other hand, has lost a villager, didn't get the outpost down, has lost a lot of units for free. We once again see a horseman going down, almost going down here. But now we do see camels coming out from him. So it looks like still sticking with the 1 town center. Still just 2 villagers on the stone. But going to be looking to finish up this outpost in the stealth forest, a very common thing. Now we'll ride along with Vortex and see exactly what he's up to. Going to be fighting up against this camel archer. You can see that it actually does a huge amount of damage here. One of the things to note is you can see it actually 3 shots. I'm pretty sure the spears. We'll watch how it does. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-shot, a perfect 3-shot that comes in on the hardened spears. So he'll be very happy with that. Now we see that age up going to be coming through Regnitz Cathedral. If I'm being honest with you, I feel like this is a little bit too far away from the town center. I would have loved to have seen it right here, just because in the event the enemy is aggressive and we've already seen the camel out, this could be a really difficult position to deal with because you've got villagers. You want to get this up, and this is exactly what we see. Almost immediately, Kaio sees it, spots it, and manages to try and weasel his way into towards this base, and now up towards the north, you see an outpost going to be coming down. Prelate standing by, ready to pick up that relic. At the same time, we've got a relic down here where the prelate has moved out. Third relic is being guarded by this outpost. Arrow slits coming through now. Camel Archer going to be going down to that town center. Tried its best to pick up a villager. Unsuccessful. So another mistake coming out from Kaio, but he is going to be trying to lock down these relics. And now we actually see that the prelate going to be focused down by the villagers. Curious decision, honestly. I would have just had the villagers on the outpost and then garrisoned them inside once the outpost is complete. But now we see the Regnitz Cathedral almost being completed. Another raid on the front side. Plenty of action in this game, and what an intense game this is right now. We are in game 1 of this series in the Golden League. Prelate going to be going down. At the same time, he's obviously got this prelate down towards the south, ready to pick up that relic, but at the same time, we see that Kaio actually hasn't spotted that out. He's going to be moving out in this direction, though. Vortex reaches the castle age. Now you can actually see, look at the units almost like heading, beelining towards this prelate that's about to get picked up. If he's not careful, he's going to be able to unfold upon them. Don't think he's going to be able to get himself out a Wallalol, and now it looks like like he almost just gave up right there in that instant. What happened there? He completely went idle. He's lost a huge amount of prelates. Villagers going to still continue being gathered at this point in time. Yeah, now we see Kaio continuing to push in towards this angle. Was looking for the berries, manages to find the prelate that was coming in with the relic, and now more outposts coming in. So despite seeing those early mistakes coming out from Kaio, it seems like the one base play from him is definitely working strong. He's got 514 gold in the bank at the moment, a huge amount of resources that have come through for him, but also he's going to be able to look to defend on this position on the front. Knight finally going to be coming out and doing some damage, looking to try and equal the playing field as the next prelate comes down, and you can see all of the units immediately turning around and saying, we're not interested in you, Knight, we're interested in that prelate. The Knight going to be focusing down the Camel Archer at the same time on the front line. Looks like the outpost going to go up. Arislit's probably going to be coming in shortly as well. Knight going to have to fall back here towards that prelate, I suspect, and look to get healed up. Villager on the edge here is probably got to be careful as well. He's going to be somewhat prone to that, but now we see villagers that have come out towards this berry bush. They themselves got to be even more careful, and now it looks like farm's going to be coming down back here for Vortex. Vortex going to be dropping down a marketplace to sell any potential, or rather to trade out any of that gold that he does pick up. Prelate going to be out here healing up villagers that might potentially be under attack from that outpost, and indeed we do see Arislitz coming through. Prelate coming out, and Kaio doing a great job of just controlling the prelates at this point in time. Now keep in mind there are a number of relics that are out on the field. They have been spotted by Kaio. He has yet to spot this one behind the base, but obviously going to be the most difficult one. He spots the prelate going out towards that position, manages to stop that, and really just a great job here with regard to the outposts that continue to come up. Look at that Campbell getting pushed out of the way. Horsemen going to be turning their attention towards that mining camp before too long. But yeah, at this point in time, Vortex looks like he might have actually been very effectively countered. I am in awe at how easily Kaio has done this. There was a lot of mistakes that were made in the early game. He caught multiple villagers. He got great trades off with his spears into horsemen, and yet still we see that he hasn't been able to build up a sufficient force. Now we've got knights that are going to be coming out, and he's going to try and repel this attack, but at the same time we've got arrow slits on the outpost, which he's going to be able to use to focus down those prelates. And we continue to see now the outpost pushing Vortex into the corner. Kaio doing a great job of just forcing Vortex into this position, and now a bit of a raid coming in on the wood line as well. We see Kaio doing a great job here, picking up a huge amount of damage on these villagers. Looks like 2 villagers going to drop down. Might potentially get a third one as well. Doesn't look like the textile upgrade has come through yet, so not the full health that you would expect out of these villagers considering the early aggression. But once again, it looks like another prelate going to be going down, and that means only more idle time for that town center. Right now, we look at 41 villagers for Kaio, 26 villagers for Vortex. So even if he picks up another relic or 2, he's still going to be behind on that resource count. And really, this is where you got to beg the question, or really start wondering, is the outpost too good? I'm actually starting to think it might be too good. We did a video recently where we looked at defensive outposts, but what about offensive outposts? Because the amount that you're going to actually have to invest in getting this outpost up is very, very small. And when you consider how effective it is at denying both area as well as units from accessing this region, he's locked down the berries, locked down the deer, locked down the relic. There's no getting through that at all. Obviously, on the other side, we see Vortex has gone for a very, very greedy castle age, but he seemed to do so without too much of a hassle. It was only, and Kaio made multiple mistakes, but eventually we still see that he's having trouble dealing with this, and Vortex now still under pressure, and we can see that Kaio going to be aging up behind this. Still just a single town center play at this point in time. He is sticking to the single town center. He's not interested in having any more bases. That's all he needs, and actually just camping out all of the relics. You can see he's sitting 2. There's the 3rd relic, 4th relic sitting over on these outposts, and slowly but steadily sieging down the mill here. He's put down a forward barracks. He's got 3 barracks back in his base, dropping down a 4th one as well. So much infrastructure coming out from Kaio at this point in time. And now villagers going to be coming to the north, looking to siege down this outpost. And you can see that he's actually got the outpost, the stone upgrade. And this is what I was talking about. You can just select the outpost and tell it to attack the prelate. So in a position like this in the book, the prelate's going to go down. He thought he had escaped the range. Prelate goes down, and once again, Kaio just going to be in absolute prime position here. He's sieging down the outpost, but think about the resources that are coming out here. This is 16 villagers that are sieging this down, and he's taking out villagers at the same time. Look at the damage that's coming through, and Vortex taps out. He says, good game number 1. It's all yours, Kaio. You can have it. I don't want to be interested in playing this game. What an insane game. This is absolutely crazy. Are outposts actually too strong? I'm starting to think they might be. Fellas, check out EGC TV. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.